Today we are doing 3 things that we don't normally do. First off, you can probably tell by our voice, it's early. We're up extremely early.
We're also going to be filming our flight today.
And we are going to be flying business class, which is something we never do.
We are currently at Frankfurt Airport. We are on our way to JFK and we are flying Singapore Airlines. Never flown with them before, but they're one of the top airlines in the entire world, so we're super excited about that. But not only are we flying Singapore Airlines, we are flying business class with them. We don't normally fly business class. This is something we rarely do, and this is definitely the best business class we probably will ever set foot in.
We are so excited, and I hope you guys are too. We've flown business class a few times, like here and there, but nothing quite like this. So if you happen to be excited, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new around here, it's Trevor and Anna, by the way. Welcome to the video. If you're not new, it's nice to see you guys again. I hope you're ready for a great flight. Well, we're just on our way down to the plane here. To say we're a little bit excited is an understatement. We're just finding our seats as well right now, and right away we got a champagne. Like, we're just sitting here at the moment. I think they just said boarding is complete, but champagne to start. It's going to be a good flight.
Also, as soon as we got on board, they brought over some hot towels and they came to check what drink we would like after takeoff and double checked our menu selections. We did before we boarded, like we actually did that a few days ago online, but as Trevor said, we already got a glass of champagne. Seems a little bit early for that, but what do you do?
I know, it's like, well, we started this whole thing at like, what, 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah, it's like 8:30.
We will give them a seat tour as well. We're just going to kind of get in the air, get settled in, but look at this. Like, this is not something we are used to.
Literally never done anything like this in our lives. Hopefully it's something we will get to do again, but who knows? I mean, this is something really special. Well, we have taken off and seatbelt sign is off, so we figured now is the perfect time to start our little seat tour. These seats are absolutely amazing. I know for some of you watching, maybe you do this stuff all the time and this seems really normal for you, but we've never had a seat remotely like this in our lives, and it's so comfortable, it's so amazing. Now let me show you the front part first. Biggest screen I've literally ever had, obviously on a flight. It's, I don't even know, like 20 something inches. It's like a really big screen, movie selection, TV selection, games, all that stuff there. You got a little like storage compartment over here. Oh, a little light turns on too when you do that. And there's also a little mirror, and it has a light there as well. And a little, it's good at putting like your phone there or your glass. They also gave you some comfy socks and slippers. I will definitely be putting these on soon.
The other thing you probably noticed is the chairs. Like, these are really comfortable. They're really big. We'll get into those some more, but there's so many little like hidden corners here. It sounds ridiculous to say that because I'm just in the seat, but take a look at this behind me. Like, there's a storage area right here. You can put a laptop, you could put a coat or something like that. And then under here, you got all these chargers. I see USB, no USB-C as far as I can tell. There is a plug if you want to charge your laptop. That's good. Got a light here. So yeah, this has everything. There's also a console this way. This is also a neat feature. If someone happens to be annoying you, or or you just don't know the person, you can pull this and you can kind of separate the two. So that's interesting. Right down here, you have your controller for this guy. So it's kind of two, so that's neat. Then there's like a whole other world down this way. If I push this button, you can see in here you get like a noise canceling headphone pack. Now we have our own, but that's cool. Did you know this? We get like noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is incredible. I'll put that in storage. Also down here, we got like a water as well. So that's all here readily available.
So I read some reviews and was watching some videos before basically when we booked these seats, just to see what it would look like. And a lot of people complained about how your feet go. So you kind of have to go on an angle. If you were lying down, these obviously go lie flat. But I don't think we'll do that today just because it's a day flight. We won't need to be sleeping. The seats do, I think, go back a little bit as well if you just wanted to like recline a little bit. But you have to go on an angle. So some people find that weird.
So yeah, just to touch on the seating some more, just for reference, I'm 6 feet tall and I fit here with my feet, and you'll see here, I'll show you this way, and I'm stretched out entirely, and it's really comfortable. And just one other thing that I like, you can actually fit a backpack right under your seat here. So this is all of our camera gear, and so I can easily access it. You can also fit sneakers there. I think that's in a sneaker tray, but this bag's a little big. So far, so good here. I'm having a good time.
It's funny, the acoustics in here are really, really strange. Maybe that's a good thing if you didn't know your seat partner, but we're having a hard time hearing each other. So if we do repeat something that the other person says, it's probably just because we didn't hear them.
This is a good test for our new little microphones for this kind of situation.
Yeah, we have a new camera for those of you that are watching for the first time. I think we've only filmed 2 videos so far on it, so it's really, we're still testing it out. We haven't, at this point, put out a video that's been filmed on this new guy yet. So we'll see.
We also have microphones that are kind of under our shirts, so you can't see them, but it should help it with the plane situation.
I hope so. Also, for those of you that are wondering what type of plane this is, it's a Boeing 777-300, and there is apparently Wi-Fi on board. I haven't actually tested it out to see if it really works or not, but I think it's supposed to be included for business class. We will see. So they're starting with the food pretty much right away. And I think I mentioned that we ordered our meals online in advance. One thing that was not mentioned, though, was this chicken sauté, which was just delivered to me. I totally forgot about this, but I think I remember seeing in other people's videos when they did reviews of the airline and doing the seats and everything, seat tours. I think Singapore Airlines is really, really famous for this chicken sauté, probably because in Singapore it's like one of those dishes that you have to try when you go there. We have been there before, and if you go to like a hawker market or anything, you're definitely going to come across these. I hear it's so good. So you get like these chicken sticks with a bunch of yummy smelling sauce. This is one of those times I really wish you guys could smell this. That is so delicious. I don't think in my wildest dreams I ever could have imagined getting like a barbecued chicken skewer on a plane. How do they even do it? It's nice and warm, it's tender, it's like a perfect consistency, it's not too chewy. The sauce, though, is like the perfect part of it. It would be good without the sauce. With the sauce, it's absolutely stellar. This is maybe the best thing I've ever had on a plane. I think someone's getting a little too used to this type of flying already. Be careful over there, because this is not going to become a regular thing. Also, they brought us another drink. They asked when we're up in the air what do we want. We got the Bloody Mary from Canada. We'd rather Bloody Caesar, but Bloody Mary is as close as we can get. Not everyone knows what a Bloody Caesar is, but this is great. Of course, the meals are included. All the cocktails and drinks are included. And yeah, I think it's safe to say we're feeling a little bit spoiled already, and we're just getting into the flight. One of our meals showed up here. I got a kind of like a Thai-style chicken today with rice. I think there's ginger in there as well, but you can see all these different kind of veggies. I'm excited to try this. It smells oh so good. Like, it smells incredible, you guys. I do not feel like I'm on a plane at all. I'm just gonna dive right into this thing. I'm gonna try a piece of the chicken just on its own to see what it's like. Whoa. That's gonna do the trick today. I can definitely taste like a little bit of soy sauce and some ginger for sure. There's all kinds of fresh looking veggies here. We got rice to mix it with. This is going to be an incredible dish to have. We also got, I think, one coming as well. I think it's a chicken dish that is a pre-order. So it's not on the menu. So we're going to see how that is too. So funny, I don't actually think I got the dish that I pre-ordered. I thought I had pre-ordered like a Viennese chicken, which I assumed would be like a schnitzel type thing. Can't remember what was supposed to come with it, but ended up, I think that what Trevor has, I can't really tell from the angle we're at exactly what he has, but this is like slices of chicken, rice, and a sauce on top that I think is kind of like a hoisin or a teriyaki sauce. Yeah, this is really good. Probably actually more what I'm in the mood for than the dish that I thought I ordered, but I'm kind of happy about the mistake. Really yummy sauce on top, not too spicy, but a little bit sweet. And I love that there's like some yummy veggies with it. So it feels kind of healthy. They have a little bit of crunch to it, a little bit of contrast with like the rice and the chicken. Definitely one of the better dishes I've had on a plane, that's for sure. Dessert has arrived. They actually went by with a dessert tray and you got to pick what you wanted. There was an option of a cake, a cheese and like fruit plate, and then an ice cream. And I actually didn't hear what he said, but it looked like the smallest, and I'm relatively full after that meal. So I went for the ice cream and I just maybe snuck a little bite of it. And oh my goodness, this is so exciting because it's coconut ice cream. one of my favorite things. I adore coconut ice cream. One thing I actually love about going to Southeast Asia, which is obviously not where we're going right now, but you can get coconut ice cream pretty much everywhere. It's almost like a street food that is in abundance, and you can find it all over the place. We ate a lot of it last time we were there. So this just takes me back. It's one of the best ice creams ever.
I actually went for the strawberry shortcake. I saw this go by and I just couldn't resist. Look at this. Like, we're on a plane right now. Look at this little sweet treat that I'm about to eat. Yes, that rhymed. But let's just go for it here. There's multiple layers to this, and I think it's gonna be good. Got a big old bite. Just entirely melts in your mouth. There's actually this like icing sugar on the top. The strawberries are somehow super fresh. It's nice and rich, and overall, like, the cake is like nice and fluffy, and it's slightly cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's not room temperature. It's like a little bit cold. It just makes for a perfect contrast of flavors. Man, I don't know how we're ever gonna fly economy again after this flight. Honestly, I don't know if we'll be able to do it. All right, it's time to give you guys a tour of the bathroom here. It's pretty small. I'd say this is like a standard sized room. We do have some lotion, pretty typical sink. There are some things over here. I think there's mouthwash, sanitizer. I see some cloths, not just paper towel. Down here, this pulls out. So yeah, you got a toothbrush, you got different things in here, shaving cream, razors, so that's kind of neat. And just the last little touch here, you got kind of a leather toilet seat. So yeah, it's not very big, at least this one. I would kind of expect a little bit bigger, but there's a whole bunch of these. I think there's like at least 3 or 4 of them in the business class area. Just like that, we are in New York City. The flight time in total was what, 7.5, 8 hours?
Yeah, it's funny, when I actually booked the flight, it said it was 9 hours, and we were supposed to arrive at 10 after 11 or something like that, and it's like an hour early.
I don't know if you guys can tell. You probably can, especially the guys that watch us week to week. We slept like 4 hours, not on the plane, I mean the night before. We never sleep, and we have to get up like 4 or 5 in the morning. But here we are, going to collect our bags. Pro tip for you Canadians, try to get a Nexus card or global entry if you're from the States, because we got right through here and there's no one here yet.
And also a pro tip for Canadians, if you do have a Nexus card, the global entry is so much better. You literally look at a machine and then you walk to the guy and he says your name and you say, yep, and he says, good to go, and you walk right through, and that's it. In the Canadian machine, it's much more convoluted.
It is. So what we're going to do is grab our bags. We got a few more things to touch on about the flight in general, just to recap our overall thoughts and everything. Well, we made it safe and sound to our hotel. It was a bit of a long travel day with like 4 hours sleep, but hey, it's always worth it. Now we're on another continent and we're getting ready to go elsewhere. We'll touch on that in a minute, but
we're only here for one night, so hopefully we can get a little bit of rest. Let the jet lag sink in and hopefully get a little caught up on our rest. But first, you guys are probably wondering, like, how did we manage to do that flight? Did we pay tens of thousands of dollars to do it? And the answer is no. We are certainly not by any means travel hackers. We've talked about this in the past, but we've tried to take advantage of a few different credit cards that we've got in the last year or two. So we ended up booking this on Aeroplan points, and I think we paid like 40 or 50,000 Aeroplan points per person, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I remember she found this deal and she was like, should we do this and take a detour on our way to our next destination? And we were like, you know what, we never fly business class.
Yeah.
This makes perfect sense. Like, these flights can be around $10,000, like between $5,000 and $10,000 sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why we never do this. We work for ourselves. No one finances us and pays for our travel. So let's talk about overall thoughts on the whole thing. I mean, this one's pretty easy. I mean, we never fly this way. That was like the easiest, the most relaxing
How
flight.
are we supposed to go back to normal life, normal flying after this? We knew that. We were like, we're spoiling ourselves and it's going to be torture. Tomorrow we actually are flying in economy and it's going to be a sad.
I always joke and say, tomorrow we fly with the riffraff, but that's also us. But the overall thoughts, the service on Singapore Airlines is amazing. Even if you're in economy, expect high-level service. It's one of the better airlines we've ever flown with.
I think it's the number 2 rated in the world airline, after maybe Qatar.
I think Qatar might be number 1, but everyone's so nice. The food was really good, as you guys saw in the video. Highly recommend it if you can pull it off with points, or maybe you're rich and that's how you fly anyway. I know we'll have some flight enthusiasts watching as well. It's a whole other world. It's crazy to us. Like, we fly a lot every year, but because we do this full time, we don't get to have that experience.
Yeah, and if we were paying out of pocket for a flight like that, that would basically be like probably 3 months of travel cost, like in in a few hours. So
Easily. One other thing I wanted to touch on is we got access to a lounge as well. Now these shots are from very early in the morning, but it did the trick. The airport was busy, but the lounge was not busy at all. So that kind of came included.
Yeah, that was nice. We often do lounges because of a credit card that lets us into a lot of lounges, but this was an actual like Lufthansa business class lounge is what we had access to, and it was really nice.
I know. So yeah, I'm gonna miss that way of travel. But hey, back to reality. Back to reality. Speaking of reality, you guys are probably wondering, like, what's happening next with us? Where are we going?
Well, I think we gave it away maybe in a couple videos ago, but we are on our way to our favorite place in the world, the Dominican Republic.
That's right, baby. We're going back to the DR for an unknown amount of time. I think
significant amount of time.
Yeah, like at least 6 months or more. We'll be up in Cabarete, based out of the North Coast as usual, but also exploring other parts of the island. I think this time we're going to be starting in the south, so expect some videos around there, but we cannot wait. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today because it's entirely different than the videos.
Never filmed anything like this before.
Yeah, let us know what you guys thought about this whole thing. Hope you had fun watching. There'll be some travel exploring videos coming up. If you're new, for some reasons, Trevor and Anna, Delightful Travelers, thanks for watching. If you got this far, if you're not new, thanks for coming back every single week. Hit the like button, leave a comment, do all the things, tell every friend you know about Delightful Travelers. It just helps us out.
I think right now we're gonna go get showers and try not to take a nap and let that jet lag kind of catch up with us.
That's the hardest part. All you travelers know, like if we sleep today, we're ruined tonight, but we'll see.
We'll make it. We can do it.
I think we'll make it.
All right, guys, that's it.
From New York, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.